And welcome everybody to the Summer Rant with Ant pre-show. I am your host, the King of Talk Style, Anthony DeStefano, and the whole squad is
closer,
here.
Nick.
We got Issa the Demon Diva. We got Who Got Next. We got Phil, who's kind of
with my son.
Rant with Phil with his son. If you want to donate $1 to Nicholas Giacobbe Meet and Greet Fund, the link is below. We have a lot to talk about because we are in Brooklyn. That's right, Brooklyn. I had no clue that Matt Riddle was going to be there last night. I am completely shocked. But I am super excited for the card tonight because one thing that we're going to talk about real quick is Dean Ambrose. Before we get into it, Monday night, Dean Ambrose made his return. Issa was even excited, and she hates that guy. I am personally excited because I've been predicting for 4 years, since the Wrestle Addict days, that Dean Ambrose was going to turn heel. If he turns heel tonight, I am taking my shirt off like Goldberg's son and bringing my tits to the ring.
If Ant gets kicked out, run out with him. We're watching the rest of the show.
Nick has 4 more meet and greets to go to before Wednesday, so nothing will get between him and those meet and greets.
It's to the point where he's like, I'm going to meet Kevin Owens and his wife. Like now it's like now I have to meet their family.
Oh no, this is possible now because he will be at Full Sail. So
That's
when
true.
Owens goes to Disney World, he can meet Kevin Owens and his wife.
And his son.
Kevin Owens is going to send out a tweet. It's going to be like, please, kid who looks like Malcolm in the Middle, stop following me.
In Disney World, please.
I'm trying to watch Belle's Enchanted Adventures, not see you ask me for an autograph on an Elite figure. But we are super excited. So let's run down the card. Nick has the card. We have a great pre-show with Rusev Day and Lana versus Cien Almas and Zelina Vega in a mixed tag team match. Now, personally, I love Zelina Vega and I love Andrade Cien Almas, so I am picking them for the victory. What do you think?
I agree with you for once, actually.
You agree with me?
I agree with you. I think Cien Almas and Zelina Vega will take the win.
I'm going Rusev Day and Lana Day are going to win. I'm sorry. I have to pick against
You're gonna pick
half my culture, but I'm sorry.
You do it for the culture.
It's
Don't
good
you
radio.
ever tranquilo pose again.
Wow.
You're sorry.
I'll let you guys handle it. I'm Italian. I'm going to let them handle this one. Tranquilo.
That's just the Black Power song.
Listen, Keith Lee, we're not talking about you.
The only person that's allowed to say that in this room.
The black guy. But I'm the black one. How do you not know who I am? Oh.
Nick, who do you pick?
I'm going to pick Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas. I think this feud is coming to a close, and they're going to bring Aiden English into it at some point. They're going to turn on him, whatever's going to happen, but they're gonna pick up the win. Andrade and Zelina, big first pay-per-view win for those two.
So at the Triple H meet and greet, Nick was like, all right, Triple H, break down all the SummerSlam for us. I want all your whole script and everything. So if anyone knows the answers, it's him.
Yeah, believe me. He's had enough time with him, I heard.
Yeah, Nick.
Triple H is talking to me. I get down my picture, and he goes, oh, so what are you excited for about tomorrow's TakeOver? And he's kept talking to me.
And you know what Nick said? He said,
Own it.
Who got next every Friday on the Rant with Ant Network. That's what he said. That's what he said. The second of the pre-show matches, we're not going to spend a lot of time because it is the pre-show, is Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak from Catchpoint. What is crazy now is all of Catchpoint, which was Matt Riddle's faction, is now signed to the WWE.
Who was all of the
Drew
Catchpoint
Gulak,
factions?
T.J. Perkins, Matt Riddle, and then I'm forgetting a name. But yes, they are all
the
signed.
true question is Riddle over enough to make people like T.J. Perkins again?
No.
No.
Because T.J. Perkins is no.
Not at all.
He's canceled. So
Deleted.
Gulak versus Cedric Alexander. Now, I am a firm believer that title should only go to one person, and that's Mustafa Ali. It's not happening. I think we're going to keep building to that and keep building to that to have his moment. I would like to see Gulak win because Cedric Alexander, to me, is a great in-ring performer. I still don't have the connection to the character. The chase was fun, but once a champion gets it, it's almost like Daniel Bryan after he won the title at WrestleMania 30. I didn't feel that connection because everything was in the chase. Everything was to get to that moment. Once you're crowned champion, how do you keep going? Cedric's putting on money matches. But as a character, why should I care right now? If you're going to win, okay, but give me a reason why you want to win. Give me a reason why you want to beat Drew Gulak besides that. When I've worked so hard to be here, I'm going to stay here. Well, I need a better story.
I mean, you're the 205 Live guy, Nick. Who do you think?
I'm going to go with Cedric, because I think that Mustafa Ali is going to be the guy to take it off Cedric. That's the story that they've told. Ali will beat somebody big like he beat Buddy Murphy a few weeks ago in that amazing no disqualification match. And then it looked like he might be number one contender, but it went to Gulak. And Gulak's made this whole transformation of his character from that whole no-fly zone thing to now this new, just serious submission specialist. So I'm going to take Cedric in this match. I think that the plan is for Mustafa Ali to take it off of him. And the thing that I should note is Drew Gulak's buddies, it's Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher, they're banned from ringside. So it's a one-on-one match. I think Cedric wins in the one-on-one match.
I love that you give WWE so much credit because it's going to be Drew Gulak because they change that title whenever the hell they want. Because Tozawa won it before Brooklyn, and then they give it back to Neville.
Hasn't changed since WrestleMania.
Hasn't changed it yet.
No, I know, but it's going to be Gulak.
Guys, it doesn't matter. We all know. We all know the real one is going to come back and win.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, my God.
And his belt is just going to be a consensual penis.
It's going to be Leo Rush against Enzo in 2 years.
Oh, Lord.
Good, and I still won't be watching, so I'm not missing nothing.
No, Enzo's not coming. But so the weekend started great because Enzo actually announced that he never wants to wrestle again. So bless up, base God. Bless up, base God. So let's stop with the pre-show and let's get to the money match. We have 3 pre-shows.
Yeah.
We have 3.
B team versus the Revival.
Oh, the B team.
Oh,
I
top
don't
guys
give
all
a,
the way.
I don't
There's
care
no other
about the
thing
B
to do.
team.
Nick, is top guys.
Yeah, the top guys need to
We
win
need
this.
to talk about the B team. It's just top guys.
Yeah, well, it is time for the Revival to win those titles because SmackDown's tag division has at least tried.
I'm loving that too.
And the Raw has not. The Raw division has not even attempted to make the tag team titles mean anything. So with the Revival, no pun intended, it revives the division, and it's not this.
They've been jobbing for it since they came up. They're
But-
not gonna do shit.
so
Neither
you'd
is the B
so
team.
Bo
They should
Dallas-
just delete the titles and move on.
So that makes sense, but Drew Gulak winning the belt doesn't. Come on. Come on.
No, I think that the guys at 205 are doing something special. At 205, I think the Raw tag team division is a joke.
Yeah, but now that Matt Hardy's gone, and we're done with the stupid tag
Then it
teams.
should have been the Authors of Pain.
It should have been, but
I
do
just
they
don't-
exist?
What I'm trying to say here is that I don't give a fuck about this match. So let's just
That's
move
what she's
on.
trying to say.
Listen,
that's why Revival's
and this
winning.
is how they're getting people in the
Agree.
door.
Right. So what we're saying is, Rain Win exclusive. While you're online in Barclays Center buying a pretzel and overpriced beer, the Revival's music will be playing because they're winning.
Yeah, and shout out to Big Band Vapor Dave in the back, smoke.
With the 2 sour.
Yeah, the human cloud maker, Dave. No, I do think the Revival needs to win. I think the tag division has been so sour, and not too sour, since Rollins and Ambrose dropped it. I have not cared about these tag titles.
Agreed.
So Revival needs to win. We need to at least jumpstart something different and something fun. That big red belt we'll be talking about in just a couple minutes, but let's get into the main show now. Or is there another pre-show match, Vince? Is there another one?
Probably. Elias and
That's
Bob.
it.
That's it. All right. So Elias's concert will probably kick off SummerSlam. I will not be shocked. Interrupted by Pants Off Kings of the Ring. Interrupted by Bob Lashley. And I don't really care.
This weekend, which is better than Bob Roode because he ruined a lot of people's pictures at that meet and greet with Charlotte.
This is Bobby Roode's face.
Bob Roode looked like a potato.
He was so
He's a
happy to
human
be
potato.
there. So happy.
He was glorious to meet, let me tell you. But let's get into the main card. So Giacobi, hit me with that first match. Is Mella money?
Absolutely, Mella's money. Why are you asking him and not me? Come on, bro.
No, what's the
Well, the
first
first match listed is the Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day for SmackDown Tag.
All right, Blumpkin brothers have not worked out at all to me. Luke Harper is, I'm going to say this, is a top 10 talent in that company, and you're masking him with this gimmick that hasn't connected, that hasn't worked. It's like Vince is stuck in the 80s, and pretty soon it's like Giant Gonzalez is going to come out and challenge them. So the Bludgeon Brothers gimmick has not worked. They have the stupid metal hammers. Luke Harper's a better worker than that. Why didn't they just be Luke Harper and Eric Rowan like they were when they were in the Wyatts, putting on 5-star matches with the Usos? I don't know. They're living the gimmick a little bit too much, which is slow, not exciting matches. It's time to give the New Day the titles again because the New Day, after 4 years, are still one of your most over talent on the roster, and that is unheard of. So just give them all the belts until they break the Dudley Boys, the Hardys, every record that's possible to be broken.
And you just got to think about it like you had New Day, Usos, right, putting on all these great matches, and they had all this momentum, right? And then you gave it to the Bludgeon Brothers, and it just stopped.
So you have.
And I watched SmackDown Live some week, and I'm like, oh shit, that's right, they're still the champions.
You have the
I forget.
you have the
Same.
New Day, the Bar, and the Usos on the same show in the Bludgeon.
I'm ready for a triple threat.
The Bludgeon Brothers are your champions.
That's my dream match right there.
And they do have Sanity. And
Nick, I think you're the only one who remembers Sanity on that roster.
They have Sanity and Killian Dane's awful singlet.
No, let's not talk about that, please. I haven't had a drink yet.
He looked like he tucked a wife beater into like underwear.
I just love that he was able to kind of get away with being a hairy disaster in NXT. Even at Mania, it was okay, right? It was completely fine.
He was good with the Rikishi thong.
There's nothing
you know what I mean?
Okay. There's nothing okay about this man.
Those HD weekly TV lights hit him, and Vince was like, cover him up as much as possible. I'm surprised they don't have him in the MVP full like outfit.
He would be a perfect Bludgeon Brother though. Like, just give him a cutoff tee, damn it.
Well, here's the thing: the main roster clearly knows how to book tag teams because, as Dan said, we had The Bar and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose last year. We had the New Day and the Usos just put in like 3 like really good matches, and then this year's totally different. We have the B Team, which is a total joke. And then we have the Bludgeon Brothers on the other side. It's pathetic tag team wrestling, and I don't want to be that guy, but I am. NXT Tag Team Division. NXT Tag Team Wrestling.
What are you talking about?
NXT Tag Team Wrestling is constantly 4-star, 5-star matches all the time, and the main roster has the guys that have AOP, a great tag team. They have the Revival. They have the Fashion Police, and they really never got their chance, which is really disappointing. Then on the SmackDown side, we just talked about all those tag teams, so it's time to really get both tag team divisions on an elite scale level with the elite talent that they have.
So Nick 2020.
So who? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Make tag teams great again. Yeah. So who are we all picking? Are we all gonna pick the New Day?
We all agree. Wow.
What do we think back there, guys? New Day. New Day. Cody Hoot does not give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Pancakes all day.
Yeah, pancakes are
Even Paul
definitely.
Heyman picked the New Day Monday night.
Yeah, so. All right, so now it's time to move along to the second of 46 matches on SummerSlam's card.
We have Finn Balor versus Constable Baron Corbin.
All right, so let me start this by saying, Finn Balor. 2 years.
Where have you been? I miss the takeover.
Where'd you go? Yeah. I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever since you weren't thirst trapping on Instagram. So 2 years ago, you told me Finn Balor was the biggest deal in the company when you had an ugly title up for grabs. He won it.
They still tell you he's the biggest deal. It's on his Instagram and it's for women.
And you know what happened? 2 years later, he's fighting the server from McMahon's at fucking at SummerSlam, and it's like. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
sorry.
They're way better than Corbin.
Yeah, Allison's more over than Baron Corbin. So, you're telling me he's the biggest thing in the company, and he has this inner demon that he seems to tap into, and you're still releasing all this demon merch, and you're still making a ton of money off the demon.
Doesn't. Even the demon bailed out on him. Even the demon was like, "Fuck it, I'm not coming back to this shit.
Fuck that.
Bye."
But Smiley Finn, I'm happy to be here. Finn is not the Finn I want. I want him to tap in and show, because Finn Balor to me is everything as a promoter you would want. He is awesome to meet. He looks good. He's a thirst trap for men and women.
Facts.
He literally supports the LGBT. He has so much good stuff going, and then he can tap into this inner demon where kids will wear the mask and spend a bunch of money on merchandise. Extreme. So Balor Club guys spend all the money on him.
Yeah,
and then the kids turn 10 and they're taller than him.
But that's fine, because Rey Mysterio is still one of my favorites of all time, and he's like 4'8". But Finn Balor needs this win. Baron Corbin doesn't need this win, but part of me thinks Corbin gets it, so Finn can finally snap, and it's not like, what's up, Finn? It's I need aggressive Finn. Cody Hoot says it best. The Rock and Roller in New Japan, that guy would work in WWE. He would work because it's not too crazy, but it's that character change that gives him a little bit of development and a badass side.
But the thing that
you can't tell me Finn Balor is a badass, and then he comes out just being the White Apollo Crews.
Whoa, that's rough life. But the thing is, right? Eventually, Lesnar's gonna lose. Hopefully, right? Please, thank God.
Let's not start that yet, okay?
Right. We'll get there.
Later.
But
never
once
losing.
the main event scene frees up, right? You need someone to kind of take the spot over for the IC belt. Give it to Balor. Let him be the Rock and Roller Balor, whatever Balor. If you want to bring the demon back, fine. Mania's coming up, right? But give us something else.
We were gonna get the demon for Sister Abigail, okay?
For years, I've been trapped inside this vessel.
Shut the
But
fuck
he did
up.
came out at the Demon, right? Against AJ Styles, he was the Demon.
But we were gonna get Pumpkin Blumpkin Finn.
Yeah.
Instead, we just got regular Finn.
I wish we would have got to see that because that would have been an absolute disaster.
That would have been like House of Horrors Part 2. Because I think Finn would have worked, but the whole I'm going to wrestle with a dish rag over my head, Bray Wyatt, not working. Not working for me.
So you're saying Finn wins or
Finn,
Corbin? What are you saying?
So I think Finn wins, but character-wise, I think Finn needs to lose. But Finn needs a big win. Baron Corbin's not that big win. People beat him on Raw all the time. So lose, have Finn kind of spiral out of control, and then get a big win. But right now, the way they're booking him, it's just you're going to be here, you're going to win a lot, and you're not going to get any other opportunities.
Well,
so
it's about the way that they're booking him, and it's just so confusing. When he returned last year in the main event of Raw, it just felt like a big deal teaming with Seth Rollins. And then he went on Miz TV, and he trashed The Miz in the Intercontinental title. So why didn't they do Finn Balor versus The Miz at SummerSlam last year for the title? Instead, Miz was in a kickoff show with literally 10 people in the arena because Barclays opened at 5 o'clock. I'm not joking. So if you're going to SummerSlam today,
he did. He had VIP
tickets.
The Barclays opened at 5. The show started at 5:02.
It was literally like 5:10 and open. And then after that, they did the Survivor Series stuff, and then Finn was supposed to face Lesnar. He didn't. Then they put him in the Intercontinental match at Mania, and it's so confusing as to where they're going with him.
It's like they want to put him in big spots, but the
they're
big spots they put him in, he never is going to win.
He's never going to win it. They're like afraid to book
So
him.
I don't want Finn versus Brock. I don't. And I
to do Finn versus Ziggler.
I want.
Why can't
I
it be
want.
Finn versus Ziggler?
So what
I
I
can get
want
behind that.
is whoever wins this title tonight. I want Finn to be the challenger and finally get his rematch. I don't want Finn versus Brock because
Brock's gonna kill him.
That boat sailed.
Brock
Sorry.
takes shit.
I'd rather
bigger
see.
than
I
Finn
would rather
Balor.
see Finn versus Roman, Finn versus Owens, and
Even
I
Finn
don't
versus
think.
Braun, they could even put on a solid match. They did it on Raw.
Yeah, they're good, but I don't think Braun's gonna
Just
win.
give
But we'll
Finn
go.
a storyline that involves good wrestling, that lives on its own, that isn't with an authority figure. That's Finn is a good wrestler. This other person is a good wrestler, and just let them be good wrestlers. Kind of like what Rollins and Ziggler were doing before. Now we're adding Ambrose and all the stuff that's gonna happen at SummerSlam.
Dean
probably.
Ambrose, baby.
Exactly right. Good. I'm happy for you.
So
I'm
let's
so
ask this:
happy.
Is the Demon coming back tonight?
No.
Predictions.
No.
I'm saying no.
Absolutely
Also,
not.
No.
Should
No.
should he? Because
No, for
because
Corbin.
Corbin?
No.
they could have made it because SummerSlam has been where the Demon has lived. 2 for 2, he's been the Demon.
and at Barclays.
But instead,
NXT.
we're gonna get Happy to Be Here Finn versus McMahon's Corbin.
We're gonna get pop-up collar.
Yeah.
Finn, like
Exactly.
Smiley Finn.
We're gonna get Will's Fraternity
Finn
Finn.
McAbs. There you go. Finn McAbs.
So are we all picking Finn here?
Yes.
Hopefully, for the sake
Finn.
of his career, Finn, please.
Sure.
Next up is Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura, United States Championship match. Ant, you want to shake my hand for this one?
Yeah, hold on. Let me touch my balls first. Randy Orton is definitely getting involved in this match because everything you have told me over the past weeks is Randy Orton hates Jeff Hardy and wants to rip his gauges out of his ears and all that. Randy Orton's going to get involved somehow.
But what about before the match? What if he just trashes him backstage? Like
I hope so.
dead?
You need a way to write Hardy off because he's a decrepit shit right now. He comes out, he can't even dance because his hips are so bad. He needs some time off, but instead you keep putting him in this high-profile feud. I do think if that's all rumor, say Jeff isn't hurt, I do think this has an opportunity if no interference of Shinsuke and Jeff really being a surprise, one of the best matches of the night, because Shinsuke seems to know how to turn it on. And I think Jeff Hardy, if he's healthy, they could really put something together. Their chemistry can flow. But I'm telling you, Randy Orton's getting involved. And it's going to be probably a 7 to 10 minute match. Jeff's gonna go up there for the swanton. Orton's gonna shake his hand, and then he's gonna fall off the top rope. Nakamura's gonna win. But it's just they didn't do a good job building Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. They did a good job building Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton.
Let's not act like this is anything other than you guys are here to see Shinsuke walk out in Barclays Center live.
Yeah.
And then he'll also maybe have a match.
I'm
whatever,
shocked it's
but
not
we're here
pre-show.
for the entrance.
I'm shocked it's not pre-show.
I'm shocked it's not pre-show either, but we're here for the entrance.
It's not pre-show
I'm
because
here
of
for
Randy Orton's too
Shinsuke.
big of a
Well,
star.
we know you're
I'm
just
here for
always-
They're all too
Shinsuke,
big of
and
a
we
star.
call him Daddy Orton. Thank you.
Oh, Daddy Orton, sorry.
Hey, Randy.
I get the memo.
The thing is that
Oh, you call him Dad? I call him Dick Cheese Orton.
the thing with Shinsuke is I feel a little bad for him because he faced AJ like 4 times, lost all of them, and then they give him the U.S. title as kind of like a consolation prize. And now it's like he's not even getting that prize because the feud isn't focused around him. It's focused around Randy and Jeff. So I want to see what Shinsuke could do tonight. I'm excited to see how the crowd reacts, if they're going to sing him, if they're going to boo. It should be a really loud
I will punch you.
ovation.
If you boo Shinsuke, I will punch you.
Here's the thing, Jeff Hardy.
If you're near Issa and you boo anybody she likes tonight, because we've seen in videos on her YouTube channel, she will go after you.
Jeff Hardy is still over, though. So there's a thing where I do appreciate that Jeff Hardy, after all these years, still gets the same pop. But at the same time, it's like I want to see Shinsuke versus Randy. I'd rather see that than Jeff versus Randy.
Absolutely.
I want to see Shinsuke versus Almas. They could pull that
I just want to see.
I want to see Shinsuke against everyone.
Shinsuke's the man. I'd love to see Shinsuke wrestle all the time. It's just, we understand SummerSlam, it's 15 hours long, and one of these matches are going to have a severe time cut. And it's most likely going to be the match
I hate to say
where
this,
Jeff Hardy can't even get to the ring. So.
Agreed.
It's legit the one match after Shinsuke's entrance that I'll probably go refill my cup and get ready for the title matches that I care about. And it's not that I don't care about Shinsuke Nakamura, but as I said, you spent the last month telling me Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy are feuding. Shinsuke's just there doing that thing with his hands. And it's like you have the guy who's that has the most charisma over here, and you're letting Hardy and Randy Orton, celebrate 2007. And then you don't even
add Orton to the match. Like, that's how you know it's not even going to be a match. Like, why would
I do like the idea of taking Jeff out early.
Right, I like that too.
And Orton filling in, because that'd be a nice surprise. Orton versus Nakamura at SummerSlam. Orton is still one of the bigger names.
Mm-hmm.
People are really into what he's doing right now. Like, I haven't cared about Orton.
I haven't cared since he showed me his dick.
So
I'm really into it. I'm really into it right now.
I've always cared about
I'm
Randy.
taking Shinsuke.
Issa, now if Randy Orton asked you for a meeting to shake his hand.
No.
Okay. Now, as we go down the card to the next match, Giacobi Money, give it to me.
It's going to be triple threat match. It's going to be Carmella, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. So
Well-
Phil, any words you want to say on this one? Or that's it? No?
Mella is money.
I brought Kleenexes to give to Phil when
I'm
Mela
sorry.
drops that title tonight.
So Mella is going to lose to Becky tonight. Like 99% sure it's going to happen. But if she doesn't, just like when I thought she was going to lose to Asuka, I'm sorry, but when she wins, I'll be on Twitter.
I'm gonna.
Being really happy.
I'm gonna tell.
It's gonna happen, dude. This.
I don't think she
title reign for
loses.
me,
I think she loses.
I don't, because
It's
I think
just
they're
a
going to
gift.
set up horsewoman versus horsewoman at Evolution. That's why I think Alexa is fighting Trish, because Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley are going to go against the 4 horsewomen of MMA. I think that's what it's setting up. So I think you see Carmella retain. Now, if not, Becky Lynch is the right answer. I love Charlotte Flair, but the story of this hot streak with Becky Lynch, keep riding it, and then you can get into the story of her and Becky, or Charlotte and Becky, which has been better than the Sasha Bayley story.
Absolutely.
And it's only been 2
Absolutely.
weeks in the making. So just keep rolling with that. But I do think Carmella retains. I do, because I think unless you do the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen, but that ties up 2 belts, because if Rousey wins and then Becky
No, they already
wins,
said every title's getting defended, so there's. So that means Carmella's retaining.
No. No.
That means Alexa's retaining too. So at Survivor Series, it's gonna be Alexa versus Carmella. That's an internet dream match right there.
Oh well. Oh well, baby. Oh well.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Give me a 2 blonde.
Here's a spot. What if Becky has her disarmor in and Charlotte comes in and puts in the figure 4 somehow and Carmella taps to both of them, and then the match
Nick,
keeps going.
what did Triple H tell you? What did Triple?
You did talk to him a little
My
bit.
bad. I think
hope he gave
Charlotte's
him
the
a
right answer to
job.
win this match. And hear me out. I love the hot streak that Becky's on, but for a babyface, they shouldn't win in triple threats, in my opinion, when they're getting these big wins. I know Daniel Bryan did it 30, but I think there was a one-case scenario. Charlotte should win the match by somehow screwing Becky in a way, and she could say, well, every woman for herself, I wasn't trying to screw you. And Becky could get that big win down the line, maybe at Evolution, whatever.
I think Evolution's card is going to be completely fucking stacked. So I think you might get Charlotte. If you're not doing horsewoman versus horsewoman, and you're saving that for
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series
next year.
Survivor Series next year,
Or Mania.
because let them all train, and the women of the horsewomen of MMA, let them train and get to like higher standards. Shayna's already a star. Rousey's already a star. Get the other 2 up to that speed. if you're not doing that, then Becky versus Charlotte's the only match on SmackDown, or Asuka.
Asuka's gonna come in and kill everyone.
Asuka's looming. Asuka's looming in the background of this.
But here's
match.
the best part. Here's the best part of that, though. If Asuka comes in,
I'm gonna
right?
lose my
Carmella still retains. So either way, I'm happy.
Hey, Asuka could
Listen,
make
I've been
more
sick for
Asuka
2 weeks,
than
right? Is this a
everyone
fever dream? Is Carmella not actually champion? Are you guys like fucking with me? Am I a Make-A-Wish kid? Because this has been going on way too long, and I'm loving every second of it.
Yeah, it's great.
And I got to see Bianca
And I got to see
Belair.
Deanna.
So, yeah, funny story. I see them just totally marking out right before that match, and I knew that match was gonna happen
Because he talked to Triple H.
And he dubbed Stephanie on a hug, which is
Yeah, he
No,
did.
I
the
did
most
not.
fantastic thing of
No.
all time.
We have video
She went
proof.
for a hug, and he was like,
We have-
"It was nice to meet you."
We have video proof.
She was like, "All right." But. So Nick takes a
he
picture
did-
with
he-
Stephanie and Triple H.
He
Have you
did.
heard this?
He did the Giacobi
He takes
stance.
a picture with Triple H, and Stephanie, and then goes, "Stephanie, if you would kindly fuck off, I'm trying to take a picture with Triple H real quick. All right, please."
Yeah. So
Look at your husband.
when you go to science class when you're young and they're training you on evolution, they're teaching you on evolution how it's like how you're growing and standing straight up. When Nick meets someone, he's like the second species that's kind of like this. You know what I mean? He goes in like crunch, like he's a running back. He like has to get low. You know what I mean? Stay low center of gravity, in case the
You
shape's
can't knock
too
him
hard.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. So who are we going with? I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch. I'm gonna go with my heart, Becky. Yeah, but I'm gonna go.
You did.
I said at Evolution if
Right.
they're doing horsewoman versus horsewoman Carmella. That's if. My heart, I said it last night, Becky Lynch.
I personally have mixed feelings on this one. I feel like if we're booking based on evolution, you want to walk out tonight with Charlotte and Ronda Rousey as your champions. If I go based on my heart and what I would love to see, I want to see Becky Lynch. Long story short, I just don't want Carmella as champion anymore.
Why do we have a show wrestlers crew? You guys haven't agreed on shit.
Listen, the whole point is, right? If we can have Lesnar be champ for what seems like
Do not
my
bring
entire fucking
Beastie
life.
into this.
500
Right?
days.
Do not bring
1200
Beastie
days,
into
right?
this.
Listen, Carmella's still gonna be champion in Evolution.
You're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
get super kicked with a high
Carmella's
heel.
champion, Tessa's champion. It's a great life for me.
I really like Brock's tramp stamp.
Don't we all?
It's
Don't
gonna be
we all?
Charlotte. I think it's gonna be Charlotte, and Becky will take it off of her eventually.
You think
Next-
Charlotte? I
I
like
think
it.
Charlotte. Next up, Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman's for the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Tonight-
big implications. So
Tonight is the fucking Kevin Owens show.
I'm ready.
Braun Strowman did not need that briefcase in the first place. Braun Strowman still won't need that briefcase because now Braun Strowman, much like Finn, is the smiley guy. He's happy to be here. He destroys a little bit. Kevin Owens takes that briefcase. Braun Strowman becomes a monster again where he can wreck everything. That's what I want. I want Kevin Owens to use his heel tactics. Maybe fucking Sami Zayn shows up in 2 shoulder slings and is doing the chicken or something. But distraction, and then, I need Owens to win this because the briefcase is always better suited for a heel. If you told me, and he doesn't cash tonight, but if you told me we had a year of Kevin Owens coming down with the briefcase during matches and just sitting ringside on commentary, where the fuck do I sign up for it? Because I that's what I want. Kevin Owens is winning.
Kevin Owens is winning.
Kevin Owens is winning. I love Braun. Don't get me wrong. I'm sorry again.
I don't. I hate Braun Strowman.
We're just gonna fist fight after
I
this
hate Braun
podcast is
Strowman.
recorded. But I'm going Kevin Owens.
I love Kevin Owens. I love Braun Strowman. I'm taking Braun Strowman in this match, and here's why. I think a cash-in is happening tonight. I think there needs to be a payoff with Braun Strowman holding that Universal Championship. It felt like last year they should have given it to him when the iron was hot. They didn't. They take the Money in the Bank off Braun, then he doesn't win it in the next few months. Then what are you doing with Braun? Where's that payoff? It just feels like he has to keep this briefcase.
We had a
just so he can
huge
win it.
payoff at WrestleMania, and they chose a fucking 8-year-old to be his partner instead of a legit wrestler.
But that's the issue. They haven't given him the payoff, so the Money in the Bank should be the payoff. He should cash in tonight. The Barclays Center will erupt, and as much as I want to see Owens holding
Kevin
that
Owens
briefcase,
died for our sins like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like 3 times.
I know he did, but there has to be a payoff for Braun Strowman. So if Braun is going to lose tonight, there has to be some
I get
payoff
it.
where he wins it.
I get it, and a lot of the crowd will be happy if Roman doesn't win and Brock doesn't win. But then you're in the same situation that you're in with Brock Lesnar. Who's going to take it off Braun Strowman? Oh, that's right. Roman Reigns. So you're in that same situation where Roman is challenging for a title because legitimately, who else could beat Braun Strowman besides him and Bob Lashley?
I mean, legitimately, why
Agreed.
can't Seth Rollins do it? If Seth Rollins is that good and they want to give it to him,
Seth Rollins is that good.
Seth Rollins is dabbling in a mid
No
card.
one's saying
do it in a fatal
trigger, on the
4-way.
trigger.
Do a fatal 4-way match at one of these pay-per-views. And it's going to be Braun, Seth, Finn, and Roman, and then have Seth or
Yep.
Finn win it, and Braun to take the pin.
How do you? But then it's like you're saying that you don't want to kill this guy's momentum, so you're gonna put him against the hottest guy in the company next.
I think you just need to put the title on him.
I
he
think
needs a
Dean
title at
Ambrose
some
should
point.
turn heel and win all the fucking belts. That's what I think.
Well,
Ambrose, Jacked Ambrose.
Let's bring it to Ambrose, and let's do next up Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre at ringside.
Rollins is winning. They're going to be celebrating. Ambrose is hitting him with the dirty deeds. Shirts off like Goldberg's son. Taking my tits to the ring and celebrating with Dean. And that's what we're going to do. Dean Ambrose is going to start a feud with Seth that's going to probably run to like Royal Rumble. And it's going to be great because if you look back, when Dean got hurt, they said it was because of Seth's suicide dive against the bar that hurt Dean Ambrose's arms. And then the bar attacked it. So I think that that's going to be like a little lingering storyline where Dean's like, you're the one that hurt me. So now I'm going to hurt you. I want you to win this title so I can take it off of you and you know, take away all the time you took from me. Of course, that's probably too good of a storyline for WWE. But Dean Ambrose is going to plant Seth Rollins after Seth Rollins wins the Intercontinental Championship, and we're going to start that feud because let's face it, Ziggler and McIntyre, you can move them into the tag division. They'll be really fun, and then you can, you know, kind of prolong them for 6 months to a year until McIntyre turns.
Well, you know, shout out to Wrestling Twitter. Dean Ambrose did return with the I'm going to stab my best friend in the back
Yeah, he did.
outfit.
The starter
Shaved
kit.
head. They're the starter kit.
It's totally
The
shredded.
jacked arms like this.
The beard.
Yeah, the beard, everything. He's going to murder Seth tonight.
Tommaso
Gonna be a
Ambrose.
great thing. But yeah, like, yeah. I think Seth wins the belt, and while celebrating, Dean beats the fuck out of him.
Ah,
And
shirts off for the boys.
everyone's gonna cheer, yet you're still gonna hear Ant screaming and crying because he's been waiting 3 years for this.
4
years? 4 years.
Force. 4 years. It's been 84 years.
I think the heel turn does happen tonight. I agree. I think that Dolph's going to lose this one. But I got a better one. I just thought, why can't Drew McIntyre be the one to beat Braun? If Braun, let's say Braun wins.
Dude, if Drew McIntyre wins that Universal title, it's pants off.
there's your
It's
heel.
pants
Fantasy
off.
booking?
And-
We're
pants
fantasy
off.
booking now?
Well, okay, so we were just
Well,
talking
here,
about it. and-
listen to this. Here's my fantasy book. So you have the guy from Recoil versus the guy from Walking Tall in a street fight at WrestleMania 35.
The guy from Jumanji might show up tonight with Elias. So
He
there you
might
go.
show up. Hopefully it's what's his name from Moana, Maui. Hopefully he comes out as Maui and he just starts singing Hawaiian music.
We're not talking about
The Rock comes out with a ukulele. Okay.
So are we all picking Seth Rollins?
I think
Yes.
Seth.
Yes.
Moving on, want to do Rousey next?
Yeah, hold the mic up to your face.
Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship.
Again, it goes down to what you want to do at Evolution.
No, it goes down to Ronda wins.
I want Ronda to win. It's not.
Ronda's winning.
It's not about what we
Ronda's
want.
winning.
I want Nikki Bella to sit on my face. That's not happening. So we need to be realistic with our dreams. Fight for your dreams. Fight
exactly.
for your dreams.
Ronda Rousey
and
winning
your
is
dream-
actually realistic.
No, Ronda Rousey.
I actually agree with
I
you,
think
Seth
Ronda
Rollins.
Rousey's going to win
That's what I'm
because
talking about.
here we go. ESPN is covering SummerSlam. It is your second biggest event.
Yep.
They want to get you, as much as they want you to care about Rumble and Survivor Series, they want to get you hyped for April, WrestleMania 35 in New York.
Rumble's in Arizona. She's winning in New York. I'm sorry.
She's winning
Rousey's winning in New York.
where WWE started, where the hottest press coverage is, on the biggest stage of the summer, 2 weeks after she went into the UFC Hall of Fame.
Yep.
She's winning here because I'm here. And it's
That's
my
Ronda
turn
Rousey.
to see her
Also,
win the
I touched
title.
her hand. This hand, right here. This hand touched her hand. because
Hashtag
of
gay
that-
for Ronda.
Yeah. But I can't use that hashtag.
I can. Hashtag
Why does
gay
the
for
iPhone
Ronda.
X
Hashtag
screen just
straight
go
for
black
Ronda.
and not
Ronda wins.
Ronda?
Here comes Nick. Well, actually, Alexa Bliss is 48%.
Well, hi guys.
Or like-
I'm here with the storm outside. Looks like it's gonna rain.
I will add one thing, though. I will add one thing. As a double jointed person myself, too, she is going to sell the shit out of that fucking armbar. It's going to be epic. She's going to look like
What
her arm is
move?
broken. You have like
What move is Ronda Rousey going to use to beat Alexa Bliss.
She's gonna poke her because Alexa is like.
Cross arm bar.
I was gonna say she just pokes her.
I'm gonna go with Ronda Rousey, but man, if Alexa wins and the camera pans to me marking out, more tweets.
If Alexa wins, you better avoid her when leaving Barclays because she's gonna murder you.
All of a sudden, we go outside to get cheeseburger and Shake Shack's on fire. We're like, what the fuck? What the fuck happened?
Bail me out, guys.
Next up, Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship for the first time ever. First time ever match, guys.
First time, yeah.
We've never seen this before.
Yeah, okay.
I've never. This is This is once in a lifetime. This is an event that we've never seen. It's like Nessie in the Loch Ness.
It's a dream match, just like WrestleMania.
It's like for the first time ever in Brooklyn in August of 2018
yeah.
kind of thing.
So I always love the stats. This is the first time they fought in 72-degree weather in New York on August 19th. It's like no fucking shit.
Yeah. It'll be a did you know in a year from now.
Shut the fuck up, Siri. We're trying to do a show.
She's triggered.
Why don't you keep your girl on a leash?
Well, no, who do you guys think? I'm going honestly, AJ because he's still promoting
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. The video game's coming out in
because
what?
Look,
Come on.
it's AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
Samoa Joe is awesome, but Samoa Joe also just got back from an injury, and it's only been like 2 or 3 weeks that he's been on TV. He's a fucking savage. I love him.
He's the man.
Mm-hmm.
But you haven't really like, and this is gonna sound weird, and because I'm a diehard
Everything
wrestling
you say
fan.
sounds
I
weird.
love Samoa Joe. That's a nice hat. Where'd you get it?
I'm loving it.
I love Samoa Joe as a wrestling fan, but the fact that you canceled his autograph signing because of lack of ticket sales tells me he doesn't connect to
And
the
the Bella
universe.
se-
Guys, I
sold
hate
out
to tell
instantly.
you this. I hate to tell wrestling fans this. There's more than wrestling than Twitter. If Samoa Joe is popular on Twitter but doesn't sell out fucking autograph events during your second biggest weekend of the year, the casuals are not connecting yet. AJ Styles sold out in like 15 minutes.
Yep.
AJ Styles is retaining. He's the face of SmackDown. He's the face of the video game. You got to build Samoa Joe up as more of a fan of, like, make casuals care about him. You know, make them care about him because us diehards do. Samoa Joe is one of the best workers in the world, but you need probably about 6 more months of him being consistently on TV, kicking ass to people to reinvest in Samoa Joe.
Yeah, it's not saying that he won't eventually win, but this is the first match in whatever story they're going to tell for hopefully the rest of the year, right? Hopefully this is AJ's.
Maybe they shock us, and fucking Jinder Mahal won that championship.
Yeah.
So,
Don't talk about it.
Don't ever forget about this. It actually happened. So, like, literally anything is possible, but AJ's going
Actually,
to win.
if we're going to bring up the past, I'm going to be salty and say that if it's not Shinsuke, it's not nobody, so keep it on AJ Styles.
There you go.
See, the thing is, I would have given Samoa Joe the win going into this match if it wasn't personal. Now that they brought AJ Styles' family into it and say that he's not a family man or whatever, AJ's going to win this match.
Cousin Tyler said Abyss retains.
And
Shout out Cousin Tyler.
AJ's going to hold this title maybe for a year, maybe even more, so he could break Phil's record. And with that said, whoever beats AJ is going to get...
Like, what fucking record do I have? I was so lost.
Wait, so Phil, what is? Phil. Oh, I thought he meant like the 6-second record. What were we talking about?
Don't talk about our hotel weekend, Ant.
I know. It was weird.
Whoever beats AJ Styles is going to get the biggest win of possibly their career, a big moment. I think it's going to be The Miz. I think it's going to be The Miz's moment. That will legitimize The Miz as the WWE champion.
The Miz wins that belt at Rumble. Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble.
So we're going to take it right now. Daniel Bryan and The Miz. Let's talk about it.
All right, Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. I think The Miz wins. Because when is Daniel Bryan the best? In the chase. The Miz has had a point when he said he is the most consistent superstar. He never gets hurt. He always shows up. He's always promoting stuff. He is literally the guy for that company. Radio interviews, ESPN interviews, fucking meet and greets, Make-A-Wishes, reality television,
Miz's
movies.
meet and greet sold out.
Miz does it all. Daniel Bryan is the most popular wrestling figure I've seen since Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
So how do you get the fans behind him? How do you get them to care again? Because we made a lot of noise at WrestleMania, but we really didn't give a fuck about the match. We care about this match, but make me care more. Make me care more. Make me wait for Daniel Bryan to get his revenge. I don't want it on the first opportunity. I want it to build. I want Miz to win that title at the Royal Rumble, and then Daniel Bryan wins, and Miz goes, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Now we have to do this again.
Yeah.
It's Ciampa and Gargano. Like, don't give me it just once. Give me the story. Give me the whole story. I want all of it.
And Daniel Bryan still hasn't signed his contract as we're recording this, right?
You know he's signed.
No, he still hasn't signed.
He hasn't.
He did a
The lawyer's looking at it. He's 95% sure.
I think it's short term right now.
And Matt Riddle I didn't know Matt Riddle was going to be at NXT Takeover. I had no idea. I wonder when that happened.
It's so weird because when he debuted, he pointed directly at you like this.
I don't know. I've never met Matt Riddle before.
No, me either. But the Miz has to win. We're picking all these matches, right? And we're like, the crowd favorite. Like, one of these crowd favorites are going to win. This is the easiest decision. It has to be the Miz. Daniel Bryan, has he signed? Maybe he signed. I don't know. I personally hope he doesn't re-sign, and for the next 6 months, he goes to do other stuff, and then he comes back as a surprise in the Rumble and wins the Rumble, awesome. And then you keep it going. Because Daniel Bryan said in a podcast that he only wants to wrestle 50 to 100 times a year. Which, as Cody Hoot said, he's not going to New Japan because they don't play that shit. You're gone for like fucking 3 months at a time. They get their money's worth, right?
We did the math, too. If he did 100 dates, 52 SmackDowns, because there's 52 weeks in a year.
Yep.
Plus 12 pay-per-views.
And some house,
and
the big house shows.
The house shows at Madison Square Garden or Philly, or the places that actually pack the stadiums for the house show.
And give the Miz a rub.
Exactly.
For once. Right. The whole story's been like, we're supposed to be cheering for Daniel Bryan, right? Let the Miz win. We'll get to Daniel Bryan later. He's the Mania guy, right? Daniel Bryan, all his big moments happen in Mania. Let's keep that trend going. So at least there's maybe he's a new Mr. WrestleMania.
My big moment actually happened after Daniel Bryan's big moment at Mania. I conceived my child that weekend. Yeah. I was chanting the whole weekend. The whole weekend. Pants off for Daniel really did happen.
Ant brought up this being like Ciampa and Gargano. If it's like Ciampa and Gargano, Daniel Bryan's going to win tonight. The Miz will attack him viciously on SmackDown. They'll have another match. The Miz will win.
I'm not saying exactly. I'm not saying I'm not saying that you have to fucking shave the Miz's head and have him grow a beard. I'm just saying.
Right, but the Miz has gotten the best of this feud the past few weeks. All these video packages and making fun of him and saying he's just leave us and stuff. I wouldn't be shocked if Daniel Bryan wins.
I can see Daniel win.
Just for the state of good radio, I'm going to pick Daniel Bryan winning.
I can see Daniel winning. At this point, I don't give a fuck who wins. Just give me the match and give me the match and it's pizza. That's what it is to me. Okay, I know I love it. Give me more of it. I don't care if it's pepperoni. I'm not eating mustard on my pizza, but I don't care if it's pepperoni. I don't care if it's like mushrooms. I like pizza. Give me it. I want more of it. I'll eat it every week. That is Daniel Bryan. Yeah, now I want pizza.
Me too. Same. I'm picking the Miz.
Yeah, Miz.
Daniel Bryan.
Miz.
That's the main event, right? Nothing else big on this card. Nothing
huge. Go home, right?
That's it, guys.
All right.
Somebody give me a beach ball.
Ladies and gentlemen. Demon Diva, go ahead. Talk about your beastie.
Let him go.
It's okay.
Let's go
because sit down. Fraternity shorts weirded me out. We've argued about this, so we don't have to argue about this, but we're going to.
We're not going to.
Why is the Beastie going to win tonight?
Because he doesn't lose. I mean, come on. He's already done. We've done this. How many times now?
No.
WrestleMania ends. Who do I text? And he responds crying.
I cried.
All I said was, I told you so.
Tears out for Roman.
Greatest Royal Rumble ends. Last SummerSlam, who did Brock Lesnar pin in that amazing Fatal 4-Way? Because that main event last
unfortunately
year.
Not you.
It was Roman. It was Roman. So Brock Lesnar will retain. I actually think, business-wise speaking, it would be amazing if he were actually going to UFC as the Universal Champion. I don't think it will happen, but I think money-wise speaking, he's not going to walk to the octagon wearing that ugly red thing. Okay, that's not going to happen. But the press. For the press that everybody will get, the money that Dana White and Vince McMahon will get out of that.
But here's the thing: Vince McMahon just signed 2 $1 billion contracts. He doesn't need more money. He might want to make.
Yeah, but he needs that fan base to come over. He needs the mainstream fans come over. And if you ever say, "I don't need any more money," you're a bad businessman.
Vince McMahon already got our money by making us buy Funko Pops.
Yeah, right. So here's my here's my thing. Here's my big point of this. You have told me, and I'm a Roman fan, and I get the Roman.
God knows I love me some Roman.
I do get the Roman disconnect. I am a Roman, Mark. Where's Asuka on the card tonight?
Angry Roman. You know what?
I'm a Roman fan. I've been a diehard Roman fan, but you've told me for 2 years that he is your top guy. If he loses tonight, is Roman Reigns your top guy? Is Roman Reigns really that important? Because that'll be 4 consecutive times that he went against Brock and lost. SummerSlam, Mania, Greatest Royal Rumble, then tonight. Then that's not a top guy. If you're going to say Roman's your top fucking star, make him the star, put the belt on him. I don't care if he fucking gets cashed in on. I don't give a fuck. But you told me that this is a mountain that Roman Reigns has to climb. If Roman never climbs it, it crushes him even more than the reception he gets.
That's 100% true. The end of this story is Roman pins Brock for the Universal title. Whether it was at Mania, whether it was at the Greatest Royal Rumble, whether it's at this SummerSlam, next SummerSlam, it doesn't matter. The end of the story is Roman pins Brock to win the Universal title.
Things I've heard about 5 times
No,
before.
I know, but the problem
is things longer than Rollins. Roman Reigns title reigns.
But if we have to get to the end of the story, at least make it now.
Not the end of the story.
Right? So then we could all move on as fans, because I would like to see anybody else than one of the. I love Roman. Don't get me wrong, but like, can Finn win the belt?
You cannot
can Roman
give
win
that
the belt?
moment to Roman. I mean, I would rather take the cashing, right? I'm being honest right now. I'm gonna take my beastie hat off, and I'm going to be a fan. If we have to take the belt off of Brock Lesnar, you don't do it just to take the belt off of him. That needs to be a moment. So let Roman take him to the end. Let Brock retain and let Kevin Owens come down, being his beautiful self with that briefcase, and cash in. Don't let Roman pin him for the sakes of taking the belt off of him. You don't do that.
But storyline-wise,
can you believe Kevin Owens pinning Brock Lesnar? Because I can't, even with a cash in, unless he's on the mat. That's the only way.
I hope Heyman turns and Owens is a Heyman guy.
Roman loses, beats the hell out of him after the match. Here comes Crazy Kevin.
Sure. Well, no, listen. I'm not saying we're booking this as Roman winning. The company is telling us for the last couple of years
they have told you that and
Roman
it
is
going to
win, right?
The company's trolling your ass, and you're going
hopefully,
for it.
Right? I hope so, right? I want someone else as a champion. This isn't a shot against Brock.
That's
it's
what
just,
you got AJ
he's been a
Styles
champion
for. Come on.
AJ. How long has AJ been champion for?
That's what I'm saying.
It's both of them.
Take
It's just like, did somebody
champion.
else win?
Come on, it's called a money match.
I'm the champion now. I'm just gonna be like the fucking guy in what's that boat?
This is why I watch NXT every week,
hey
because
guys,
the champion,
so listen,
champion
you know what?
a lot. And,
you know what I don't like is I don't like this Roman Reigns storyline. He's in the title picture too much. That's why I watch the Attitude Era, where like 4 WrestleManias were The Rock versus Austin. Nobody was ever shoved down our throats like Roman Reigns.
They did a match once every 2 years. It's different. It wasn't shoved down 4 years.
It was shoved
there
down.
wasn't social media.
The Rock.
The last 4
Yep.
title defenses.
But it wasn't social media.
There wasn't social.
By the time Mania came around, people would
listen.
it's been a year.
Listen, the fact that people complain about fucking Ronda Rousey being in a WWE proves that social media is stupid.
What did I say when we were walking into SummerSlam? I said they had the big
Follow me on
SummerSlam
Twitter.
poster up, right? Who were the 2 best looking people on the poster? Ronda and Roman. That's why Roman wins tonight.
No. Listen, if Roman wins, I will get erected. I will get Lady Wood. If Brock Lesnar wins, I will pop and laugh at all the crying people in the arena.
Speaking of pops, we have a beautiful Vince McMahon pop on sale.
We have like 5 of those on sale. Just to be clear, Vince McMahon took all our money.
I will say that if Brock wins, the camera will definitely pan out to me because I will probably be the only person popping.
She'll be the only
for
one
it.
cheering in the entire arena.
No, because let's face it. Let's face it. No, let's face it.
Can you please become a Brock Lesnar girl?
Everyone
because I'm tired of
hates
fucking
Brock
Brock Lesnar guy
until Brock Lesnar
shirt
shows
from
up.
2012.
Everybody hates Brock until he shows up and the fucking crowd goes berserk.
Yeah.
I said it. Everybody
We won't
with
be
their phones
happy.
out.
There's no we in team.
Yeah, I won't be happy when Brock wins.
I will be ecstatic.
I'll actually be sleeping because I work at 3 a.m. tomorrow. So.
She said, "Phil Young, it's 3 a.m. I must be lonely." Wow, he knows a rock song. It's not even a rock. That was a horrible rock song.
It was a pop rock song. That's why I know.
So we are now going to do our little giveaway, if you will. I did it on my phone on a randomizer. I wish I could show you, but iPhone X's suck and my screen won't turn on. Will, you didn't win anything.
Get him new shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go on an Old Navy shopping spree. It's right up your alley. So the winner of the signed Braun Strowman figure ended up being one of our Patreon members. John Bones. So, Bones,
Shout out Bones.
Yay.
slide in my DMs. It was actually amazing to meet you yesterday at the
was awesome to
hangout.
meet you.
My voice is shot. I was dancing on tables to Naomi's music.
Yep.
We started a conga line for No Way Jose.
Yes, he did.
There was a Rant with Ant chant.
Yep.
We were chanting for the bartender. That shit was
Lot
lit.
of fun. Lot
If
of
you
fun.
are listening,
Allison's the best. Allison number 1.
Allison is the best. Allison is number 1 because my tab yesterday was $21.
And she remembered him. 10:30 were the first ones at McMahon. She opens the door and goes, I remember you.
Yeah.
And goes, how'd you remember me? She was like, I remember you.
Nikki Bella recognized me this weekend.
Yep.
Matt Riddle debut. We got upgraded from section 204 to row 6 for free. What a weekend it is. Thank you so much,
This hand
everyone,
shook
for
Ronda Rousey's
joining
hand.
us.
I did nothing this weekend.
You can follow us on Twitter at Rant with Ant.
At WWE Demon Diva.
At Philium RWA and at Who Got Next Pod.
At Nick GG, Kobe and I have no other podcast. It's just Who Got Next.
Yeah, Nikki.
He has no time for another podcast. There's a meet and greet in like 15 seconds he has to get to.
Double G. So thank you so much for joining us on this Summer Rant weekend. We hope you like the show tonight. I hope Dean turns heel. You know, tits out for Dean.
Tits out for Dean.
Yeah, man tits.
man tits for
dad,
Dean.
Dad bods for Dean is happening at SummerSlam. Thank you guys so much. We love you. We will be back next week with another episode of Rant with Ant. Thank you for keeping wrestling real.
Kawaii, so kawaii, so kawaii. I have to hit stop streaming.